we try to reach the people to get them to understand that getting organized is not saying that you're against the employer, but you're taking an interest in yourself and giving yourself a seat at the table.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
George DeCuir, and you can correct me if I'm pronouncing that wrong, is the president and business agent of the Amalgamated Transit Union, ATU Local 1546, out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. George, welcome to the Valley Labor Report.
Thank you for having me. The pronunciation is DeCuir, but it always gets butchered. But thank you for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. I will get that right next time we have you on the show. Hope we're able to have you on several times into the future. We have you on today because there was a really exciting development out of Baton Rouge. Your members went on strike for 6 days and you were able to get management to withdraw the illegal imposition of a contract on your members. That's obviously a very exciting thing. We're going to talk about that, but first, can you let our listeners know who your members are and what they do?
Certainly. So the members of the ATU Local 1546 represent the bus drivers at Capital Area Transit System, the custodian staff, and the maintenance staff, which consists of utility techs that's responsible for washing the in and outside of the bus, the various levels of mechanics that's for the servicings of the bus, our vault puller, which pulls our vault from the monies that's collected throughout the day. All of those individuals are represented by Amalgamated Transit Union Local 1546.
Gotcha. And I'm sure that, the community really relies on this kind of stuff on transit to get around, right? I mean, what is the relationship between your union and the community?
We move the city. We are the lifeline of the city. The demographics, particularly in the South in general, are below the federal standards. So pretty much our ridership relies on us to get to and from dialysis, medical appointments. They rely on us to get to work, school. They rely on us to do various activities throughout the day, make groceries, everyday needs that people actually have to do within their daily life. I'm sorry, I'm multitasking right now, but tasks people have to do within their daily lives. So anything any one individual with a car would do, they would have to do the same thing with public transit, with the caveat that sometimes they have to walk a little bit further.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. It's really important work, the work that you and your members do, and I'm sure the community appreciates it, and I appreciate it. I really appreciate y'all's service to the community. And so y'all work for the Capital Area Transit System in Baton Rouge. And like I said, management tried to impose an offer on your members that your members did not accept. What was in that contract offer that they tried to impose, and why was it unacceptable?
It was unacceptable because we were collectively at the table, the negotiations table, negotiating. And within the midst of that, we went to mediation. Mediation did not work out well. So the company decided to impose an illegal collective bargaining agreement on us, or practice, as I should call it, whereas they specifically stated in the letter whether we had a TA on it during negotiations or we rejected it, they were going to impose it. And if we didn't take a stand and put a stop to that right then and there, we know many of our other privileges that we've had through collective bargaining was on the chopping block, such as our pension, our health and welfare, our benefits card we get through the health and welfare plan. All of those are collective bargaining components that the union actually fought for the workers. So little things as scheduling, having weekends off. So we knew all that would potentially be on the chopping block if we didn't take a stand and fight against that.
Right, right. And so y'all did go on strike. You struck for 6 days. Somebody in the chat, Gus, says that More Perfect Union had a nice video segment about the Baton Rouge bus strike and how the timing around Carnival was really great. So there was a strategic value to even the time that you went on strike. Talk to us about, the strike and how your members, what that did for maybe the confidence of your members and how the community reacted.
Yes, certainly. So regarding that is during carnival time is what we generally pride ourselves on in Louisiana. It's about coming together, celebrating different adversities. Every demographic, all walks of life come together during carnival time. We share food, we share king cake and things of that sort. And we felt that the company was not being very brotherly or sisterly with us in that retrospect, especially during the time that we're supposed to be coming together by implementing that contract. So it did happen to fall in our favor that they imposed it around carnival time that allowed us to partake in that strike. But we had a lot of dedicated members who actually were on the front line, and that's how we celebrated our Mardi Gras. As our brother just mentioned in the chat, we had the short video that came out. You could see various members standing on the line, decked out in their Mardi Gras gear. That's how we celebrated our Mardi Gras. We had our own parade. It was called the Strike Line.
Hey, 5 seconds. Just wanted to say that this is only possible because of our donors. If you want to see more of this, then consider donating yourself at tvlr.fm/donate.
Right. Yeah, that's really, really cool. And I hate that, I'm obviously not able to be out there in Baton Rouge. It's a bit of a drive, but maybe I'll be in town sometime and I can run by your office and get you something to get you a drink or something. And so, your members are back at work now after management rescinded their imposition of the contract, and you're heading to arbitration. Was that the goal of the strike, was to bring you to arbitration, or was it just generally remove the imposition? And what were the terms of the strike that you told management will go back to work, and is this what you were looking for?
I will say this: having a degree or various degrees does not make you very intelligent or smart, because dealing with the managers that we've had, it's astounding that they make some of the simplest minded moves that in theory are illegal. We got everyone back to work. We ensured that before we went back that we had protected our strike line actually included no retaliations for anyone going on the strike line. But they don't, the agencies fail to realize that some of the things that they're implementing does not only hurt the workforce, actually hurts them in return. Without your workforce, you're crippled. And we had to show them that.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. It's really important and really glad that y'all were able to do that. You're breaking up a little bit. Your connection may not be the best. If you maybe it would be best if you came off video, and then that way all the internet strength can go to getting the audio through to us. Sorry about that. But during the strike, I'm curious about what the response was from the community. You said that you kind of had your own little parade on the picket line. How was the community really supportive and like coming out on the picket line and walking the line with you, or what was the response?
Yes. The community there were various news syndicates that did interviews with the traveling public. They received the strike line very well. They understood why we were out there and supported it wholeheartedly. They stated that we are the lifeline. We wake up every morning and out there till very late. And some of the adversities that we deal with on a daily basis. So they understood the need for it and why we were out there, and they urged the company to actually resolve this. So the various daily tasks that they have to do within their life is not obstructed. So they sided with us. They came on the strike line. We had a lot of community allies and advocates that was out there with us. The Sierra Club Delta chapter, Step Up Louisiana, the NAACP Louisiana, even public officials that we supported through our PAC, which is the ATU Cope program. They came out. Congressman Cleo Fields for Louisiana, who was recently just elected to the 6th Congressional District in Louisiana, came stood on the strike line. C. Denise Marcel, state representative that's endorsed by ATU 1546, came and stood on the strike line with us. The international president of Amalgamated Transit Union detoured his travel plans from California back to DC to come to Baton Rouge to stop over to stand with us on the strike lines. So we did have a lot of advocates. If I missed anyone, I'm sorry. Baton Rouge DSA and Louisiana Socialism for Liberation stood out there with us as well and contributed to the strike line. And if I missed anyone else, I apologize. AFL-CIO, Iron Workers of America was out there as well.
That's really great to hear. I'm incredibly heartened to hear about all the support that y'all received from the community. That's really exciting. And so what are what are the next steps? Y'all are heading into arbitration. Do you have any sort of timeline for that? And what is arbitration going to look like for y'all?
Yes. So we are headed to interest arbitration. That was one of the stipulations that we knew that we thought we were going into after the field mediation. We thought we were going to MPAS to interest arbitration. But the company decided to impose in that process an illegal contract. We are prepared for interest arbitration. We've already selected our arbitrator on the union side. The company has selected their arbitrator. The next step is securing the third and neutral arbitrator and getting dates and moving forward.
All right. Well, I'm glad to hear that. When we were talking on the line off the air the other day to prepare for the call, you mentioned that you had some organizing campaigns in the work. You would care to tell us about those before we let you go?
Sure. So recently, right now, we have a large school bus organizing campaign we're pushing here in the South. We recently won 2 large properties with First Student out in Central Louisiana and Zachary, Louisiana. I'm very fortunate that the ATU organizing department seen the need to organize the South, and we are leading the charge within the state of Louisiana here in Baton Rouge. I have a great mentor here from the organizing department by the name of Stanley Smalls. He's from the ATU organizing and campaigns department. The director of that department, Justin Panos, has been very gracious with actually sending any and all resources and needs we need down here for these different properties, with supporting literature, doing coffee and donuts, anything of that sort. We try to reach the people to get them to understand that getting organized is not saying that you're against the employer, but you're taking an interest in yourself and giving yourself a seat at the table.
Exactly. Well, George, really appreciate your time. Enjoyed it. Looking forward to keeping in touch. Let us know how these things go. Let us know once you get your contract arbitrations wrapped up. Would love to be able to have you back on to talk about that. And once you win, once folks win their union with ATU Local 1546, love to hear from them too. So thank you for your time, George, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it. You all have a good day and keep the fight strong.
You just saw a clip from the Valley Labor Report. We are live every Saturday morning from 9:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. And we pride ourselves on keeping all of our content free to everybody so that we can talk to as many working folks as possible. If you support the work that we're doing, you think that it's important, you think that it's good, then consider making a monthly contribution to the project. And you can do that on our website, tvlr.fm.